Start streaming. And now just wait for feedback on Twitch. But we should be live. And now just wait for feedback
There,
on Twitch. Yes, we are indeed live.
Hello, Internet.
Oh no, Internet people. Who invited these
no.
guys?
Oh no, it's the Internet.
Alright. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Almost a month.
Let's not focus on that, shall we?
Fair.
It'll make me depressed.
Well, what happens?
Oh yeah, I know what happens, but that doesn't make me any less sad about it. That said, wants to go ahead and give us a recap on where we left off.
I actually have a little thing prepared, which should still be up to date, yes?
Ooh.
Yes.
If you would like me to read it.
I would enjoy that greatly.
Okay. Audio log of Cecily Asidalia FC. This is preliminary report number 3. I'm beginning to see why the higher ups agreed to let me be the one to be sent here so readily. This place is like the whale, only turned up to 21. I've never seen so much crazy stuff in one place before. Not only do you get into a different biome every second step you take, they go full in on their delusions here. It's like these history fan people you see at conventions, only around the clock and without a break. And ironically, it's the followers who are the worst. You'd think with the body mods and the god complex these people here have, these divine beasts would be the most cuckoo of the whole bunch, but judging by the ones we've talked to thus far, they're the more reasonable. Their fanatical followers are much worse. Doesn't help, like many of them seem to regard each other as mortal enemies. Take Darksky, for example. From everything we had been told, I expected to be sent packing right away, if we got to talk to him at all. But he was very forthcoming, even helpful. I mean, with limits, of course, but that's no different than any CEO I've dealt with. But his followers, all nutcases who insist on stuff like trials by combat and eating real meat. Regardless, we have some promising leads. Prime among these is a killing that took place several years ago, and the disappearance of a knight called Lancello. Might be nothing, but the similarities are too big to ignore. And it wouldn't be the first case that someone decided to disappear for a few decades before getting his revenge. Or someone decided to give a long-dead idol a chance for revenge long after the fact. In any case, we will see the divine beasts called the Spider and the Snake next, who seem to be, well, this place's version of Spyglass, by the sounds of it. We know roughly what to do. We've also got several warnings that our lives will be in danger in their realm, but by now I don't believe that anymore. So far, all the warnings we had gotten were greatly exaggerated, and I have no doubts that this is as well. What? Oh yeah, I almost forgot. On the topic of my compatriots, Daxon is fine. He knows his stuff, he knows procedure. He's a good man. The others I'm less happy about, like that lemur. I already forgot his name. He'll probably be useful with all the sneakiness of the crimes, but I've never been a big fan of the whole use a thief to catch a thief thing, or whatever that was called. The Orca is weird, but at least he stays out of the way. Our medical expert is a problem, though. He's clearly unstable, if not outright suicidal. I have to talk to Thoth about this, since unfortunately I don't have the authority to kick him off the team and have him committed myself. How he has gotten this assignment is beyond me, but maybe someone figured that sending a madman into a mad place was a good idea. Anyway, take care of that later. We need to get going. And a note to myself, it looks like Sebastian was right that using my puff in stressful situation would become a habit. He must never find out. End log.
Thank you. That was very fun.
Thank you.
That's a good recap.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so that's how Cecily views Dr. Reese.
Admittedly, he has done nothing to assuage those fears.
Why do you think it's just Cecily?
Ouch. Again, like I said, it was a good recap. We are at a good place now. As you can see, we are in the depths of a very foggy and foreboding place.
Tied together with rope. Because that was the recommendation whenever we go there, is make sure nobody gets lost and link everybody with rope.
So, do you guys have anything you want to take care of before I actually have you start off in that? Or are you prepared to go into the shadows?
No, I guess. Nothing I can think of.
I need to change my speed on my character sheet because I was scrolling through my surgery quick look and I've realized that reclaimed cheetah speed actually has actually does a different thing now.
Oh, they changed that one too?
It's more effective.
Y'all were supposed to read all the things.
Well, I'm not playing
It's
it every
okay.
day.
It only changes. It only changes
I'm
one
just
thing.
being a
So
butt. I'm just being a
I
butt.
am effectively ready.
You're fine. I'm just giving y'all crap.
Oh no,
Mhm.
not crap.
Not poo. Why would you give me poo?
Oh, wow, that's a big change.
Your speed. Search-
Good
Ooh.
to know. Okay, well, I'm ready to go. I got all my notes ready.
As we can see, we see a lot of nothing.
Top. At the top.
I meant
towards-
I meant beyond that.
Yeah. Good. You're not supposed to. So, as the party goes through the now fairly familiar whitened halls, you'll notice that there's a distinct lack of traffic the closer you get to this next area. It's not just that there's fewer vectors, there just seems to be fewer identifying marks in general. There also seems to be a little bit less maintenance being done here, as if the place is being intentionally left to get a little bit on the run-down side. And by the time you actually get to the doors proper, you'll notice that the door doesn't even have a gatekeeper. Instead, the lock simply has a camera over it. And an inscribed warning says vaguely something along the lines of, "You enter at your own risk." The wording might be a little bit different, but you get the idea.
At least
Back
it's
some wrinkles.
not abandon all hope ye who enter here.
Jackson wrinkles his nose and kind of shakes his head. I don't like the look of this place. Feels like we just walked onto the wrong side of town.
As you enter the door, you're struck by the immediate humidity of the place. It's not the same kind of humidity you found at the almost beach-like depths of Scylla. No, this is the damp sogginess of a very old, cold forest. There's very literally trees everywhere, and more than a few spider webs arcing across. A dense fog seems to roll not only at your feet, but clear up to your chests, making visibility not just difficult, but almost impossible at any distance. it seems to be locked in an almost constant twilight. There's just enough light to see where you're going, but only for a few meters ahead. No further.
Like, one word, ew.
Dexon's face is kind of in silent, subdued agreement.
And I'll use a gas activate his head-mounted bioluminescence.
Dexon is going to make sure the rope is secured around everybody, and is going to make sure his shield and baton are in easy reach, but he's not going to have them drawn just yet.
Dr. Lucifer will have his flashlight out, just in case if the bioluminescence ever gets off.
Actually, that's a good question. If I fall unconscious, would it shut off?
I don't think so.
If it's intentionally a reflexive thing, like a muscle, like you have to flex it in order for it to function, then yes, it would, because you're no longer flexing the muscle that allows it to be activated. Does that make sense?
The description says that vectors don't have control over it beyond making it brighter with practice.
Exactly.
So it'd probably keep going. It's because it's an involuntary biological process.
What I'm getting at is, if it wasn't active before and you're forcing it to be active now, the activeness will not be there once you are unconscious. Beyond, like he said, if you make it, yeah, my point is this.
Yeah, I was under the stand. Okay, so assuming that it's always on, typically, unless you can suppress it, I would think he was probably exerting the effort to suppress it, and now he's exerting the effort to brighten it, and headlights. Literally.
Cool.
Now then, there's a loose path ahead of you. It's not very clear. Exactly where it's supposed to be going. But you could follow it if you so choose.
Follow it and keep an eye out for snares, tripwires, that sort of BS.
I'll be keeping an eye towards the ceiling. You know, just in case rocks fall.
Cecily is, looking around, but doesn't actually look that concerned.
Okay. So, here's what I'm going to have you guys go ahead and do. Assume the marching order.
Okay. Daxon will take point. Do you mind if I move one down just to give people more room to position? Like that. There we go.
Yeah, no, you're fine. I'm not going to be changing the spacing any for the moment.
Should we have Nusig or the lemur take up the rear?
I would say probably Nusik.
Okay, and then we'll
He's
throw
a
the doctor
little-
in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah, that works. Just have the doctor be right here. We'll just shift over one so we have room like that. There we go. Doctor, move your token.
Arcane?
I think he's stepped away for a sec.
Oh, he didn't say anything.
Well, his mic's muted, so. But I
Oh.
think we have the order established.
Cool. Yeah, just assume that the doctor is here.
I can move him forward.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and get this sorted. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer again.
The earth shifts beneath your feet.
No, luckily I was just on the GM's view, so it didn't do anything.
Yeah, I've had that happen a couple times where I actually moved the entire map.
Okay.
Earthquake.
Exactly.
It is difficult to see very deep into the forest to the sides. Difficult being a polite term for the denseness that the what's the word? The fog and the woods and the bushes and the literal nests of insects that cover it is you get the distinct air of being under constant eye. With that in mind, I am going to let's see. I'm going to need body perceives checks from everyone, please.
Okay.
The difficulty is the flat 2 for now. I just want to get a basic read on how alert everyone is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. So that's... I'm just rereading checks real quick to make sure I'm doing this right. Because I have a... You said body perceive?
Correct.
I have a 1 in that, oh boy. Because of course I put it in body exert and community and mind perceive. So that would be, so I am under the DC by 1.
Meaning you reduce one of your dice by 1 tier.
Yes.
Now, do you understand what that means, or?
Yes.
Okay.
So that would be, let's see. So that would be D6, D8 plus 1.
I don't think we add the 1.
Do you not?
No, you only add proficiency scores now.
Ah, that's right.
So would technically have to be a like body stealth check or whatever.
Oh, wow. Okay, not bad. I actually rolled well.
Well, I mean, that's a hard check to make, given that you have to hit a 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Okay. And I'm not necessarily asking you to, find the thing. I'm just saying, hey, I want to get a good feel of where everyone's at alert-wise.
Oh, alert-wise?
Yes. Now, if you could please roll a body perceive. The difficulty is a 2 as a flat. So if you'd be so kind as to roll that real quick for me.
$1d8 plus $1d6.
If I am reading your sheet correctly, Yes, it should be 1d6 and 1d8.
Of course, there always has to be a fucking...
Dude, just stay
Relax.
calm. It's nothing big yet.
Like I said, this is just a general alertness check. We'll probably have you
Okay.
do it again later. Okay, so as we go along, feel free to move your tokens as I reveal the area. Sound good?
Sounds good.
You inch your way forward, slowly penetrating the depths of the shadowed woods. You get the distinct sickly sweet smell of rot occasionally. You also see animals of a, I suppose, less than savory nature. Those you would, you remember seeing in the holovids as being part of death symbology and such nonsense. Most of them seem to skitter away in fear from you as soon as you come within reach.
Daxon breathes a small muted sigh of relief at that. Stay alert for any sort of traps, tripwires, snares, anything like that.
Daxon,
Yes, sir.
as you move forward, you hear a sound. It's very faint, but incredibly distinct in the stillness of the wood.
Uh-oh.
So I'm going to need you to roll another body perceive for me, if you would. Same difficulty. Okay.
Oh boy.
You are not able to discern exactly what direction it comes from. But you are positive, absolutely certain, someone is watching you. From very close by. Now,
I need to
What do
remember
you
my
do?
simplifies.
Daxon kind of keeps walking, but he'll mutter to Cecily, kind of behind him. He'll just softly say, "We're being watched very closely, very close by."
Cecily rolls her eyes and gets out her flashlight.
Iman,
And starts looking
sorry,
around.
go ahead.
And it just you know, looking around at the forest. As it's a forest, right?
It is
Yeah.
a forest.
Yeah, just checking, making sure. Yeah, just looking around at the forest as we walk. See if she can spot anything between the trees.
Alright, so is that a specific attempt to search and look through the trees?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, if you will give me a body perceive, then I will go ahead and along that. Let's see.
Let me check something real quick.
I'm trying to see if I should let you use a thing. I would say use a body perceive, maybe stealth, because you're trying to perceive someone being sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. I think stealth would be the right thing here now. Doesn't make a difference for me since I don't have any ranks in stealth.
But it means those who are sneaky are better at finding people who are sneaky themselves. Which
Yes.
makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That does make sense, yeah.
Now, would you say that this is since she's looking that this would be a vision-based check?
Yes, I would say that the one you're using is specifically vision-based, and someone else might be doing the same check more based on their hearing than their sight.
Excellent. That's what I was hoping to hear. So, 2, So, I'm gonna roll.
Oh, that's a good point.
I'm gonna roll actually 2d10 for this.
I'm
Because
sorry, what?
I,
Oh, no, not you.
Oh.
Starkovsky.
Oh,
What did you
okay.
say?
I said that's a good point, and after Tygon, when we get a little bit deeper, I might make an echolocation check.
Ah. You're welcome. Okay, Tygon, as you were saying.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying I get a simplify on body perceived checks in general from being a burp. And because of my reclaimed optics, I get another simplify for body perceived checks that are vision based. So getting double simplify for this.
Okay. Give me 1 minute here.
What a time to be a burb.
Hey,
Indeed.
man. Sometimes being the twitchy, nervous one helps.
You would know that.
Yeah.
Resident expert.
And he wasn't even a burp.
This is true.
Okay. Congratulations goes to the burb. You got a good roll.
Yay.
Let him burb.
You are just able to make out a pair of glowing, beady eyes from within the bushes. So, that means you get a bonus and a simplification on this next check that everybody gets to now make.
We're rolling initiative, aren't we?
No. Dodge saves, everyone. Or endures. Take your
Oh.
pick.
Dodge
Well,
or endure save?
Dodge, please.
You get a simplify on it because you are aware that a threat is imminent.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to do an endure.
Okay.
I would also like to do an endure because mine is 4 higher than my dodge.
I will dodge because my scores are the same.
Okay.
Let me read up on saves again.
Yeah,
That
no
would be
worries,
good.
please do.
Let me look at the mass for my armor. That's +2, so it's base 7. That's the vest I have.
Oh my god, yes.
Okay, so you got...
So what is it, 2d10?
2d8 plus your total mass.
2d8
For dodge and
For
endure?
endure.
So 2d8
Alright.
plus total mass.
They simplified how that functions, which is honestly super nice. I really
Which
like
is
the way they've
thankful.
set it up. Well, it just makes it simpler for us to make quick saves, which is kind of the point. They're meant to be quick reaction things. And the fact
Alright.
that they're not scaled based on a
Oh.
difficulty changes them. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And high is bad, right?
Yes, high is bad.
Yeah.
Very,
You're
very
trying
bad.
to roll. So I succeed.
I fail.
I
Oh no, the medic.
Go ahead, Tygon. You were going to say something?
No, I'm just mumbling to myself. I'm still reading.
You're fine.
Of all the times I have to roll high, this is probably the one thing I shouldn't do.
Oh, well,
Karma's a bitch, everybody.
8
indeed.
plus 4 for the mass.
Total mass?
Oh, well, no, that's not good. Let me check. That is 1 over my dodge save. Damn it.
Okay, so unless I'm missing it, most everybody failed this, correct?
No, half the party failed.
Yeah, I succeeded.
Newspeak
Okay.
and Scav and Daxon succeeded.
While Reese and Cecily failed.
Okay, cool.
Huh, the two right next to each other failed. That's oddly thematically appropriate.
Now then, Newsig, what were you doing?
I was gonna, well, now that the dodge has happened, there's good reason to it. I'd like to send out a sharp tap, either with my boot or, somewhere about my person, to trigger echolocation.
Okay, that's not what I was asking.
Oh.
I was asking if you were doing a dodge or an endure. You
I
did
was
a
a
dodge. Okay, you rolled out of the way. Daxon.
I was doing endure.
Okay, so you presented your side or your back to it. It was a hail of sling stones.
Rude.
I put up my shield.
These didn't feel comfortable. Reese, Cecily, you have 1 wound.
Aha! Ha 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 ha! I'm gonna use an ability. Did that qualify as a ranged attack, though?
Yes, that was distinctly an intentional attack because it came from both sides of the path.
May I use Get Down? Which is basically I intercept a ranged attack against an ally that is within 1 move of me
I would allow
and
it.
take the wound.
I would allow it if you had previously been aware that it was going to be a specifically a ranged attack.
Actually, you're right, because it has to be a ranged attack that I see, and that was a surprise, so never mind. I would
This
not
was
be
an
able to do that.
ambush.
Yes.
I was like, hold up. No. Yeah, no.
I
Very
forgot
good
about that.
to point that out. No, it's fine. Gimod was able to get out of the way in time, so he managed to be safe. So, unfortunately, we have 2 people who have immediately been wounded. Cecily.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I am going to need you to roll another body perceive.
Okay.
Stealth if you want to. This is simplified because you have already spotted the person in question.
Mm-hmm.
It is going to be a difficulty 2, so go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that works. You're able to once again spot another pair of eyes. You're not sure if it's the same one, but you think so. They have specifically moved a little bit further away from where they were originally. But you get the distinct impression that they were one of the people that just attacked you, and that there's more than one. They seem to be making a retreating action. What do you do?
Okay, reach out and, like, tap Daxon on the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And should point in the direction. Like, I mean, it's fairly obvious where the attacks came from, so it's no surprise that there's something is there. But still, she points in the direction where she spotted the eyes. Says, "There's one of them there. Looks like they're trying to get away."
Is it, for rage, is it literally just this right here?
Yes.
Okay. I would like to move to engage if possible.
Okay. So that's gonna take a body athletics because you are chasing them down. They are moving fairly quickly. So,
Okay. I have a move of 7, if that matters.
the reason I'm not having it matter is because I'm considering this all to be hazardous terrain because of the fog, making it difficult to see exactly where you're putting your feet.
Okay.
Normally I wouldn't do that, but in this case, because it was just post an ambush, the situation I think calls for a check rather than just having you run after them.
Okay. Cool. Let's see here. So that's body athletics. I have a 2 in body exert, if that matters. I have a 1 in athletics, no boon or fault.
Okay. I'm gonna say the difficulty is a 2 here, so go ahead and make your roll.
So that'd be D8, D8, because my body exert matches.
Correct.
And then that'd be D8, D8 plus 1.
Mm-hmm.
13. Not bad.
Okay. You managed to tackle them. If you would go ahead and move yourself next to them. You managed to bodily tackle them to the ground. You're able to make a few understandings as soon as you make contact with them. They are very slight compared to you physically. They're also female.
Okay.
Well, we kind of knew one of those things.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
I want to detain this person.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use my hooks, which are no bigger than a handle, but can attach to each other to serve as powerful restraints, or to any metallic surface to serve as handhold? I want to cuff them to myself.
You could potentially do that using this item, yes. They are in a position where you can do that.
I am going to do that to prevent them from getting away.
Okay. Now everyone may roll initiative.
All right.
Aw. You wouldn't even let me do my tappity tap?
You can do your tappity tap.
Well,
Yes.
I wanted to.
No, I'm letting you do that. I just need you guys to roll initiative, and then we'll take care of that. So I have that sorted out. So if
Okay.
you go ahead and make those rolls.
And this is where we decide if we how we want to split readiness into initiative and determination.
Mhm.
Correct.
I'm going to do 2 and 2. I'm sorry, is it 1d10 or 2d10? Shit.
1d10.
Let me re-roll that, then. I apologize. I accidentally had something different on my
Yeah.
scroll up.
That's fine. Nusig, if you'd go ahead and make that
Oh,
Nice.
a direct roll to me for your echolocation. That way I can keep it separate.
I don't even know if there's a role for it.
/GR is how you do a private one. But, it's actually a good question. How does your echolocation work?
I am.
I mean, it's a paragraph, and it doesn't say anything about roles.
Oh yeah, no, I'm having you do a body perceive roll versus stealth, and then I want you to use the information based on your echolocation to do that.
All right, one sec.
For your information, I kept 3 points in as determination.
Okay, please message that in the chat box, determining how much you used for initiative and how much you used for determination.
Oh,
That way I
okay.
can keep.
Just to confirm, the stealth difficulty is still a 2, right?
That is correct.
What's the thing for messaging the DM?
Slash GM,
Mm-hmm.
if I remember right.
No.
Let's see.
There, I just posted it in chat for now.
Wait, is determination the same as focus, by the way? I read that in the...
No, it is not. Focus is very different.
No,
Okay.
no, it is the same. Focus is out of combat. Determination is in combat. It's for rerolls and +1s.
Q.
Or did he change focus and I didn't notice?
Okay. Okay, so the problem with this combat is that you are not aware of how many people you are actually fighting. So, certain characters will be taking actions that you don't see until you actually see the people.
Okay.
Now, if you are directly attacked in melee, it will count as an automatic reveal. These stealth rules are a little bit different because the stealth conditions are a little bit different as well from your standard combat.
Alright.
So keep in mind, I'm not exactly testing the stealth combat rules as is written,
Okay.
but you can take advantage of them as it is. Do you all remember anything from that?
A little bit.
My character is not very stealth focused, so I don't really remember much of the stealth rules.
That's okay.
I give him the pad feet reclamation simply because I wanted to mitigate the fact that he sucks at it more than I wanted to focus at it.
So, seeing that something the battle will take place, can I do a body perceive to see if there's any more hiding out?
Not except on your turn. Nusig, speaking of which, you were unable to determine the approximate locations of everyone and how many were there because of the interference of the fog and the forest trees and all the underbrush and the various animals that have been sent skittering because of the attack. It's making too much background noise to make it clear.
That's fine. Just keep in mind I'll be using it for almost the entire duration of the fight.
Unless there's something triggering it, I cannot give you a body perceive that's simply a standing check. So
It
unless
triggers off any sound, any significant sounds.
in this case, it has to be significant enough to draw the attention of somebody else. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I just figure, unless the ground is made out of, like, grass or something, my boots will probably come up with a significant... Oh, shoot, wait. That doesn't work with what I'm going to do. I'll figure something out.
But-
I'll figure something out.
The problem also is that technically after what the rules say is after a failed perceived check, you are not entitled to try it again.
That's the other thing, is now that you're in combat, you probably will be hearing too much other noises to actually get an accurate read on anything. That isn't to say you couldn't do it, but I don't have to give it to you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm just reading the rules more closely on how this reclamation works.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it also says specifically that echolocation doesn't work in combat.
Yep, there it is. Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is a good thing to note.
Well,
Right.
combat's too loud. It's too
Yes.
much nonsense to make.
Mhm.
The big thing I want to point out here is that, just as an aside, echolocation in general is a great way to find your way around when you can't see. However, when you're getting sight, sound, and normal other things going on, that can be too much, and not just human brains, but also animal brains have difficulty processing all of that information at once.
And echolocation is very easily confused by background noise.
Also,
In hindsight, it would have been better to lead the party and use that as a detection algorithm. But for now, we'll have to roll with it.
Hindsight is always 20/20. Sometimes
We
not.
learned something. Okay.
also, arcane.
Yep.
You should have only 2 determination.
Oh, 2 determination. Okay.
Yeah, because you put 2 of your readiness into initiative. You rolled a d10 plus 2.
Oh,
So you have only 2 readiness left to put in determination.
Determination is and initiative bonuses are considered from the same point base, and you spend them at the same time because they're the same points. You're just putting them in different places. Kind of like a proficiency score. Oh, hey, I want these points, and I want to put them in this skill. Same here.
all right.
Please keep that in mind and adjust your thing as needed.
All right.
Okay.
All right. The nice thing about tied and initiative scores in this edition is basically when it rolls around to a player's turn, anyone is allowed to pretty much take anyone's turn. So, who is it? Reese's turn.
Yes. If they would like to go.
Yeah, I would like to go.
Okay. Go ahead, Reese. You're first.
Can I do a body perception check to see if there's any other assailants hiding in the shrubbery?
I will allow that as a support action. So one of your 3 actions is taken by doing this. You're specifically taking time to look for the enemies who have yet to reveal themselves. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Go ahead.
Oh my god.
Okay. Unfortunately, you are not able to effectively make a bead on anyone. Now then, you have 2 more actions.
Three here. My movements.
Just to put it out there, ask for my own remembering, aren't we tied together by rope?
I think that was a joke.
Just making sure.
Yeah, I thought that was a joke too.
Yeah,
Yep.
no, it was one of those things where I'm considering it for like if it's stupid dark and we don't have, because last session I did buy some rope, but that's for if it's pitch black.
It's almost that bad.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. So.
it, a good clarification of what I mean. The reason why that little viewpoint is so small is because the fog beyond that is so thick it's almost impossible to perceive beyond it. You might hear things, but you can't see anything.
okay. Well, I'm gonna consider tying us all together after this combat.
It's also why I've been a bit of a stickler about, the actual what's the word? Stealthing here. It's because it's so favorable to hiding that it's really hard to see anything worthwhile.
Yep.
Right.
And can I hold one of my
Mm-mm.
attack action to?
No, you cannot.
Okay. Then that's gonna be it for me.
Yeah. Holding actions is not something they can do. From what I understand, we don't actually have the Overwatch thing anymore, unless I'm incorrect.
That is correct. What is allowed is something called threat response. It's like when an opponent gets close, you are permitted I think like a basically free ranged attack.
Yep.
Okay.
But there is other than that, there's no reactions anymore.
Okay, sorry, I'm just cleaning up some of the perception ranges. It's a little harder to see on my actual screen.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. I think that's right, unless I got some weird bits kind of hanging out.
Nope, not really.
I think there's some over here that's just kind of there.
Yeah. Like I said, that's it for me.
Okay. So, Daxon, you're next.
Okay, so would it be any sort of check to cuff the assailant?
I'm considering that part of your tackling actions in general. So they're already cuffed to you.
All right. I am going to try and drag them back towards the trail.
Okay. I'm going to need a body athletics check, if you please.
Okay. Difficulty 2?
Yes.
Interesting. I'm going to choose to. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna mess with that one just yet. I'm gonna struggle.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I think you could make this an opposed check.
Yes, I was going to say I could make this an opposed check, but the reason why I had him not do it for now is because the person is being caught off guard and isn't properly defending themselves at the moment.
Okay, that's fair.
They didn't plan on being seen flat out and then caught and bodily dragged. They're just like, I what? So they're very much not ready for this. So while you failed to physically drag them away, they aren't properly fighting back at the moment either. So no movement is had.
All right. Oh, I have more actions. What can I do? I honestly, I might as well try again because I can't see any other enemies, and I have 2 more actions. So I might try that again and then try and perceive. If that sounds good.
So this one is going to be an opposed check.
Because they're awake now.
Yes, they're properly alert and but I am not just being attacked. They're trying to pull me somewhere. No, thank you.
They are being assailed by a grumpy hyena.
So this is a difficulty 2.
Okay.
And this is an athletics check. So go ahead and make that roll.
Okay, same as before. Even worse, yay! However, I'm gonna choose to try and re-roll that 3. Using
using
one
your
of my... Yeah, using one of my 2 determination.
Speaking of which, Arcane, you have not given an updated thing on your determination. Please do that.
I've already did that. I'm just...
No, you have not.
Oh, on the, chat box?
In the chat box, yes.
Okay.
You have not updated that. Okay, so you re-rolled the 3, and it is now a 6, 11,
So that's
12.
9... That's 12 total. Also, I'm keeping track of my determination on my token, actually. The blue bar, if you can see that, Rage.
Yes, I can see that. That is actually a good idea. If anybody else wants to do that, you can. I'm not going to make you.
I'm doing that too. Just what I'm doing, I found that in my game that works really well. Personally, for me, I'm using the blue for determination. I'm using the red one or whatever's in the middle for the wounds, and the green one for damage.
Okay. Yep. I'm using the green one for focus, but yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay. So, unfortunately, you are being overpowered. They're small, but they're very strong. And begin dragging you the opposite direction. So while you are doing your best efforts, you are slowly but surely being pulled further away from your party. You move 1 tick away.
Oh dear.
Alright. Any other actions you would like to attempt now?
I'm gonna try and clobber them with my stun stick.
Okay, so you're going to actually attack them.
Yeah.
Alright, melee attack against someone you're actually attached to. Go!
Yep. Alright, so I'm using it one-handed. So my melee attack bonus is +2. I have a body strength, body exert or body strength of 2. So that means I would match the flat DC of 2, so that would be, 2d8? I have a boon, so that would be, a d10 and d8?
No.
Correct.
Sorry,
no.
a boon
ahead,
lets you re-roll ones, that's right.
Yeah. Just wanted to say, boons and faults do different things now.
Yeah,
Yes.
I forgot that the boons and faults did a different thing. I'm sorry.
They also do different thing in and out of combat.
Yes.
Just to make it even more interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good thing, but it's still confusing.
Alright, so I'm swinging one-handed, which means I get an accuracy bonus of +4, and I'm rolling 3d6 for damage, if that matters.
Not yet. No, it doesn't. Go ahead.
Bleh.
Yeah, I
That's
hate
pretty
to tell
terrible.
you, even with even restrained against you, you're not able to accurately hit them. Now then, they're going to strike back.
Bring it on.
In all fairness, that's probably quite difficult to hit somebody who's attached to you.
Yes.
Okay, and what was your dodge? Your
My
evasion?
My evasion is 14, my endure is 18.
Okay, you just got hit.
Bring it on, you pansy.
Okay, and how much damage was here? Let's see, what was the thing again for that?
Which weapon?
Unarmed.
Oh, just 2d8.
Just
Okay,
2d8.
That's what I thought, but I wanted to make sure. Okay. You're lucky! You got punched in the face for your efforts, but it was only a medium punch.
Like, this girl hits hard.
Alright, I am going to actually have my green health, my green thing keep track of damage. So I've taken 8 so far. I'm assuming their unarmed attack does not have the persist property.
It's non-lethal.
Okay, cool.
And usually it doesn't. Don't know if there's any technique that gives it persist.
By the way,
Oh, I
it's
think
still,
Roswell.
you just got knocked in the face.
Ow.
Why would you do this? After being bodily dragged away from your friends, I'd like to point out.
As Daxon engages this person, he's just yelling like, "You have engaged an IRPF officer in combat. You have the right to remain silent. Any resistance will be held against you in a court of law."
And then punch in the face.
And he is being then this is as he is being punched, like uninterrupted, just him screaming this.
I kind of look over direction and say, RPF law doesn't work here.
Okay, Cecily, it is your turn.
Okay, as a quick chatter, Cecily says, Nusik, Doctor, help Daxon. Lemur, with me.
Okay.
And then I would like to go into the underbrush to say about here
Okay.
and try and find the other assailant, who I assume is somewhere in that area.
Okay. So I'm gonna need you to do a body perceived stealth check.
Mm-hmm.
And I will get that area revealed enough so you can actually kind of, tell what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Am I still getting the simplify from vision or not?
So no, because the person you are looking for is not someone you have previously seen. However, you can use the whatchamacallit, your ability based on your whatchamacallit thing.
Yeah. Oh, so I just get one simplify, not two.
Correct.
Alright, so that would be this. Yeah.
9.
Okay. You do not immediately find them. However, let me do something real quick. Okay. Let me see something here. Where's my thing? I just had it. Heck you, compooper! It closed a file I was looking at that I needed. Heck you! Okay. However, as you are searching for this enemy, you narrowly dodge a sword that, swings past your face
Yikes!
at the last moment.
Damn.
Yeah, they were literally right underneath your nose. And you just happened to catch the whistle of the metal against its sheath as it slid up, and reacted instinctively, getting out of the way. They hiss in anger as they miss their strike. But now you know where they are, at least!
Okay.
You are engaged in close combat. Yay!
Yay! For my last action, because I assume that was 2, I would like to switch weapons to my baton.
Okay. You are now able to effectively defend yourself. Congratulations.
And that would be my turn.
Okay. So, you wanted the lemur with you, right?
That's what Cecily said, yes.
So, as it is now Gibbon's turn, Gibbon moves to back you up against this person who has now been revealed. I'm going to do a bunch of quick rolls real fast. Let's see who's actually better combatant.
Don't forget double teaming.
I'm aware.
Technically, not double teaming yet, since Cecily is, as the rules say, not in actual close combat with the assassin. You aren't in close combat until somebody actually hit.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. They missed.
So if that ambush sword had hit, then she would, but...
Yeah, rules as written. Okay.
Which, I don't know, I really like that, actually.
So,
It gives ranged people time to get away.
yes, it does.
Also, I would imagine
So
that,
Go ahead.
I also would imagine the ambush sword, like Cecily almost got cut. It was like slightly inches away from her body.
I would like to imagine that too. Give it some cinematic feel here. So,
There probably was a surprised sort of squawk noise from Cecily.
Very undignified.
undignified, but present.
Oh yeah, if any of you mentions that anywhere, then this...
Alright. Sorry, I gotta reset this because I have, I had to do the thing to, since I added turns. Alright, Guimond is doing his utmost. He's really going at it at this rat. But unfortunately, his baton is not having any more success at getting a hit in than her sword is getting hit on her. It's actually quite the scene. It looks like a piece out of a kung fu movie. Two stealth fighters going at it toe to toe. Now then. Let me fix that again. Beep boop. Beep. Okay. Daxon, congratulations. You are now in close combat with somebody who's very actively trying to beat you into submission.
Joke's on her, I'm trying to beat her into submission too. We have so much in common.
Well, welcome to your first date.
She's going to attack you in melee.
Ow.
She means it.
Oh,
That probably hit.
Oh, damn.
That's a nat 20.
Yep. Welcome to the pain.
That's a pain train. Does that count as a critical strike? I can't remember.
We haven't found anything that says about it.
I did. It doesn't count as a crit, but it counts if the attack roll is greater than or equal to 20. It counts as exploit, even if it's lower than the evade score.
Oh, where is that?
I don't remember.
Epic Strike is actually different than that.
Yeah. If
Changed it again?
that was Epic Strike,
Yes.
then yes, that changed.
Epic Strike which is the new critical hit rules, is if an exploit attack rolls unmodified maximum damage, you've achieved an epic strike. In a casual encounter, the character is just sort of knocked out.
Oh no, that's for the damage roll. I'm talking about for an attack roll.
I am looking under the attack modifiers category. There is nothing about achieving max roll on. This is right next to when you roll like Snake Eyes, basically. So I'm pretty sure there is nothing on rolling maximum on attack rolls.
I didn't think so. That's why I asked about it, because I was like, I don't think there's anything for that anymore in the same way, which, to be perfectly honest, feels more right.
Yeah. So basically, if you have exploit on an attack, i.e. you've really set up your attack well, or the other person is subdued in some way, and you roll max damage, you either just kill them outright, or like basically you get free attacks as well, depending on the context.
Daxon, you got punched really hard. This was not comfortable.
Well, it didn't exceed my endure, so I just have effectively taken just 14 damage, if I'm not mistaken.
The thing is, we are still in the same round, so the eight you took before from your own turn is still around.
So I actually take 1 wound.
No,
Yes.
that's not.
Yes,
That's how that works. It's the same
Oh.
round.
Oh, I guess that's the advantage of melee.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have taken 22 damage, which exceeds my endure by 4, and that means I take 1 wound.
You do get to attack back, though.
Yes, I do.
So congratulations. You are being punched most ferociously,
Blah.
and I'm afraid you are not able to effectively fight back. I am
Nope.
beginning to think that this is another kung fu thing where she's using the handcuffs against you.
Yep. Like she's been through this before.
That's a miss.
Alright, she misses you, but you're still able to attack back.
There we go. That's a little
Okay.
better.
Much better. You actually land a hit. Congratulations.
Not like the pain train she gave you.
Hey man, a hit is a hit is a hit. It counts.
I know.
Wow, and I get utter shit for damage too. That's great.
I feel so bad for you.
I mean,
Don't. He's about to get help.
c'est la vie.
Did somebody say get help? Chucks Loki at the problem. Sorry.
I mean, you're not wholly wrong here. Okay, so her turn is done. Nusig, you may now do a thing.
Yes, I will pull my guns and I will rush up to save my associate, who, probably shouldn't need my help, but apparently they do anyway.
Please don't accidentally shoot me.
Just to make sure, could I actually see him from this distance, or would I have to get closer to the foliage?
No, you can see them. Anywhere that's revealed, you can effectively see, at the very least, with the guidance of your allies. So using your allies as a, I guess what you would say...
Beacon?
More like a reference point. You're able to effectively see movement beyond them more effectively. Does that make sense?
That, and also this person has been dragged out of the foliage a little bit.
So you can
Because
see them
he's-
more clearly. Also, she's less concerned about being stealthy at this point and more concerned about punch this guy! Get
Yeah.
him off me!
Well, I'm gonna shoot her.
I would like to point... go ahead.
Oh, wait, shoot, okay.
They are
hold
in
on.
close combat, though. Like, if you want to make that
Yes.
roll, go for it. Just remember, you will be shooting at ally as well. They're attached. Physically to
Like
each
I
other.
said, please do not accidentally shoot me.
And let me finish. So I have to move one closer than I thought because I misread Gun Fu. It only triggers in direct melee. And also I have Damn It, so don't worry about it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you. I can tell you from experience, Gunfu only works in melee.
Yep, it does.
It's literally the Gunfu from the
Oh.
movies.
Nice.
How did you get a +8?
Yep.
Nicely done. You land a hit. Go ahead and roll.
What weapon are you using?
I'm sorry, what?
Like from the as standard handgun.
Oh, is it because there's dual wielding?
Yep.
No.
He does have
Hand-
gunslinger.
Handgun gives a +2. The gun accuracy changed.
Yeah, no, I ran it. It's so I get 4 from my ranged attack bonus. I get 2 from Gun Fu, and then I also have 2 from the gun itself.
Nice. Wow.
And technically, those attacks have exploit. And I'd probably get a +2 bonus to something else as soon as we figure out what Pistol Whip does.
If an attack with the exploit property hits, the damage dealt by that attack rounds up to the nearest. You can only ever have one exploit attack in a turn, even if the mechanic would grant you once. Okay, so they are armored and they do have tools, so the property is not activated.
No, because I have point blank shot, they automatically have exploit once a turn.
Okay, I see.
And my damage is also persist.
Okay, so with that in
Jesus.
mind, I guess you give them 1 wound. Good grief.
Oh wow, they must have a high endure score.
I'm just, and then I'm not sure if they have a second one yet. I'm trying to make sure I understand that properly.
Well,
Because
we
you-
Let's go through this. What's
So she had 5 damage previously from Daxon's last hit.
you rolled a 12, so that's 17.
Hmm?
Um,
And you only get a wound once it exceeds your endure, correct?
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what was the whole thing about exploit?
Exploit, as I was reading it along, it activates when your enemy has no cover, no armor, and no tools that would impede an attack. Your attack is considered to have the exploit property against them. If the attack with an exploit property hits, damage dealt by that attack rounds up to the nearest wound. You can only ever have one exploit attack in a turn, even if a mechanic would grant you it more than once, unless it specifically says it overrules this rule.
Mhm. Okay. I guess. Yeah.
Well, my
Yep,
basic
that-
understanding it is, if she has an endure score lower than 17, then she would take 1 automatically. But if it's, like if her endure score is say 15, then it would supposedly round up to be 2 wounds.
Let me check something real quick. Yes.
Going through the
yes,
rulebook, guys.
Yes,
We're
it
going
yes
through the rulebook.
yes it would. That if
Yeah, I
if
was-
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, it's that is correct. It's there's one question I have about this, but that's something I'll put in the document. That's a question for Seth. That's not super important for the for the attack right now.
No worries. I just, I was reading it the same way.
Mhm.
I hadn't finished getting to the second wound because I was like, does that count for that? Would that roll that over? That's what I was looking. Okay.
The thing I'm wondering about is if point blank shooter works for this. It probably does. I know I'm a little pedantic about this, but I can see it not working. That's why I want a clarification from Seth.
I could see Gunfu replacing point blank in this case.
Because, and yes, this is like I said, it's a bit pedantic, but technically, as far as game mechanics are concerned, you're not shooting. You're doing a melee attack with your guns.
Yeah, you're
I would
hitting somebody
say,
with them.
Instead of replacing, I think the better thing would probably be to swap their effects. Because Gunfu's +2 to accuracy is definitely very useful for point-blank activities.
The big thing about Gunfu, to clarify, is the way it's written and what it's talking about is literally shooting at your opponent while physically combating them. A good example is a lot of the Matrix movies, where they're literally shooting at each other while standing 2 feet away from each other, and literally kicking and flipping and crap like that.
It also feels a bit exploity because with the whole point blank shooter, shooting at point blank range is supposed to be more difficult.
Yeah.
Exactly, and Gunfu is specifically designed the idea that you're doing martial arts that involve shooting a person at a range that it shouldn't work, but it's not a simple shoot at them at point blank range thing. So that's why I'm like, I'm not sure, and I can understand why you feel the way you do, Tygon. I don't know that point blank shooting is going to stack with Gunfu, or if they just replace each other.
But I'd say we'll keep going like this for now, and wait until we have word from Sev about that. Also, I would just like to note, with exploit attack, your persist is useless.
No, the persist mower carries into Daxon's next moves.
Yeah, but the damage is already round up to the next wound, so if there's no leftover damage to stick around.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well,
So
that's not exactly...
The stacking doesn't really do anything.
It doesn't right now, but it will next turn when Daxon attacks, and he has a 12 base damage to work off.
There's no base damage
that's
left
not how that
over.
works.
That's how persist worked.
No.
You're misunderstanding. If I might.
Yeah.
The way persist works is it goes to the next turn if they don't already have a wound. Think of it this way. Your wounds is your actual health bar. And if you don't meet up to your endure with the damage you take, it resets to 0 the next turn. Unless you have persist. Or you meet to the next wound and you have damage left over on top of that wound. But because you used exploit to round up to the next wound, you have no leftover damage. You're meeting exactly the next wound. So there's nothing left over to persist beyond that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's how it is.
It's like reaching the necessary experience to get to level 2, but getting exactly level 2 experience.
That doesn't really make much sense to me compared to what I'm seeing written in the 627 document.
Why? What's your problem?
The way that, as I'm understanding as it's written, is that if my last attack on a turn has persist, the 8 plus 2d4 whatever would stick around until my next attack, and I wouldn't benefit from it. But theoretically my teammates could, so if I went last and I did a persist attack, then they should be working off of what I did. That's the way I understand the text.
But if it says for persist, if it fails to reach the wound threshold.
If it fails to reach the wound. You've done 2 wounds, and one of them you got to through exploit.
But you're
Does that
kind
make
of skipping
sense?
over the part of the sentence before that.
Because it's overruled by
it's-
the next one.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm sorry, you're right with that, but it also it says before that, the next person to attack that enemy will stack their damage on whatever was left over from the persist attack. There's nothing left over from this. Because of exploit, you exactly reached the induced threshold and caused a wound. So nothing left over, nothing to stack on top.
It normally, if the exploit wasn't present, you'd be absolutely right. You'd also only have done one wound. Does that make sense?
Well, I understand what you're saying. I kind of disagree with it, so I'll put that in the questions document and ask Seb to clarify the paragraph a little bit more.
I'm going to say no, but I will let you do it anyway, because it's perfectly clear, you just don't understand. And that's fine.
It's more that I disagree with the interpretation. But
That's
again,
fine. It's just we do have
that's
to.
fine.
No, yeah, I mean that's okay. That's a valid point, and it
Yeah.
it may need clarification. No, so okay.
And that's the point of a test. So you're right. Go ahead. We do need to get moving along, though.
Yes.
So are you going to do another attack or something else?
well, I kind of moved, so I don't, and I drew my gun, so I'm pretty sure that covers all three.
That
Yes,
would all three.
you are correct.
Be all three, yes.
You are correct. It does. All right. So
I will be right back.
okay. We are at the top of the table. Alrighty. Let me do a thing real quick here. Riss.
Yep.
Let's see, what is your evasion? Okay. You have been attacked, and you were able to dodge it. So,
What the
yay.
fuck? Is that placeholder token? Or Demi?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
However, yes, they have attacked you. They leapt out of the bushes.
Alright, seeing that I dodge it, I'm going to counterattack with...
You're
As
not
a-
in close combat. I'm just letting you know that you have been attacked. Now you may make your decision on what you're actually going to do. Are you going to attack back? Or
Yeah,
are you going to run?
I'm going to attack back as a... I just touched it rather suddenly, it's like counterattack.
Okay,
And I'm
that's fine.
going to use my fist.
Just punch him in the face.
Okay, go ahead and make your roll, please.
Which is 2d8.
What's your melee? What's your body exert?
A body exert is F1. So 1d8.
It would be I think it would be a D68. Correct me if I'm wrong, Reach.
Okay.
I'm back.
Right.
Yeah, because your body
Because
is
it's-
A1.
1d6.
Yep, because it's-
No, 1d6.
You're one beneath the flat difficulty modifier for it.
1d6, 1d8 plus 1 for my body, for my melee attack bonus, and the martial arts training I have.
Nope, +1 from your body.
I thought you just added your ranks, not your.
Yeah, it's ranks, not anything else. So if you have
Okay.
CQC points in proficiency, you add that as a bonus.
Oh, okay, so there's 1. Nope.
Where are you getting the +1 from? The martial arts?
Yeah.
I don't see that listed anywhere on your character sheet.
Really?
I see simplifications on athletics, body perceive on hearing, mind protocol to recall knowledge, damage assessment. Oh, first aid. There's martial arts. Okay, my
Yeah.
bad. It was in the same line as first aid, and I was confused. Okay, cool. All right, you miss. So both of you have missed your attack options.
Slap fight.
Could I try and attack again?
Yes.
I'll do it again. Come on. There we go.
Unfortunately, you still miss.
Oh, that's right.
Their evasion's a little bit better than that. So, unfortunately, neither of you have connected. And because of that, you're technically not in close combat.
Yeah. So I'll probably just move around if I have any.
Yes, you will be able to make a movement action.
Yeah, and should I back away?
I mean, I guess that's kind of for you to choose.
Yeah, I might as well. That's gonna be it for me.
Okay. Daxon, it is now your turn.
Question.
Answer.
Because of the gun fu stuff, is this target mutually engaged by me and Music?
It should.
Yes.
Okay,
You
so
are engaging the same person at the same time.
okay, so I'm going to make a melee attack.
Go ahead.
Wow.
Oh boy!
So, the way this works is basically I have to take an attack action to recover. It's called reloading, but if it's a melee weapon, it reflects like you drop your whatever.
Or, you know, like, oh crap, I almost bashed myself in the face. Let me not do that for a minute.
Yeah, I get the handcuffs tangled around my wrist and just whiff through thin air. Spend my follow-up attack action trying to recover, and then I'm going to try for a bonus action.
Okay, you can go ahead and make that. However, they need to make an attempt at you real quick.
And Nusig will also get an attack after they get their counterattack. Because even though I failed, Nusig gets a free attack in.
Not technically.
Also, that is actually a miss because of my baton cover bonus in melee.
Yep.
That
gonna
I have
say-
a 17 evade.
Yep, I was going to say, because you have your baton up and ready, you're able to parry it properly.
Yep.
I consider anything that's not your base dodge, hey, by the way, I've gotten out of the way, is you are parrying, generally speaking.
That's probably
Yes.
the idea, yes.
Oh, I also have my shield, but I don't know, because we're cuffed together, though I've been considering my shield. I don't have my shield bonus against this guy, I would say.
Yeah, I think you can't effectively wield it at the moment because you're stuck to them.
Yeah, that like, I'd probably get my shield bonus against somebody else, but yeah.
Okay, what, you were going to say something, Starkovsky, go ahead.
Well, he says I get an extra attack, but as far as I understand, it would have to be a melee attack, wouldn't it?
Gun Fu counts as being in melee.
It counts as being in melee, but it doesn't count as a melee attack.
For the purposes, I interpret it as being like that, but that is something definitely to add to the document then. Because the way it's written as far as team-up attacks, if you are considered in close combat with an enemy, you get an attack if you're basically flanking.
Let's take a look. Where's Gunfu?
Do you remember what page that one's on?
I found it. It says your guns gain +2 to the accuracy score when attacking in melee.
But they do not count as melee weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, we definitely need clarification on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because they have been attacked and damaged in melee.
Yeah, the original version of Gun Fu, or at least like 2 or 3 versions ago, it did have stuff that gave some kind of indication in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
Like specified about your guard was 0, among other things. So, but
Yeah, I'm just not sure because it has been changed a little bit since then. So I'm just going to interpret it based upon the information we had previously until we get correction on that. Does
Mhm.
that sound fair?
sure.
Yep.
So I will consider you in melee using gun fu to allow you to use your guns as melee weapons versus, regular shooting. So you're able to use your shooting ability in melee.
Okay.
Is that
Yeah, that
is
makes
everybody
sense.
okay with that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until we get clarification on how that's supposed to or intended to work, I'll go with that. So they miss. Nusig, you may take that attack if you show shoes.
Sure.
Why not? Free damage.
Free hit. Oh.
No, it hits.
Not enough.
That it's...
But at least I didn't hit I didn't hit Dax.
Yeah, you didn't hit the yin. There was no yin abuse.
Okay,
To
Daxon.
be determined.
Go ahead.
So... Nusig, did hit, so damage?
Remember we just
Is
said
that
it
is
didn't?
that correct? Oh,
Yeah, no, I said it did.
My bad.
I wanted you to resolve damage before I continued my
Yeah,
attack.
no, you guys are good. You actually landed it. Good job on you.
12.
Yay!
Alright.
Take more damage, you butt munch.
Okay, and then I'm gonna try for my bonus action because I want to try and take a third attack action, so I have to roll beneath a 12.
Okay. Your D10s and stuff.
Hey!
Alright, that's a third
Hey.
action. You may attack
Just
again.
barely.
Bonk him on the noggin.
Yay!
Alright, well done.
That looks like a good bonk.
Good
You
old
finally hit.
Let's get some police brutality up in here.
Yeah.
It's not police brutality if they're resisting arrest.
Exactly.
You got Striker up in here.
I'm pretty damn sure there's quite a few people who'd argue that with you, but hey, they can't.
They can't. I'm the one with the baton. So I'm pretty
Okay.
sure they've taken another wound then.
Yes, they have.
No, it's a damage action to do damage assessment.
Okay. So there we go. They have another wound. They're
Excellent.
feeling the pressure.
Of my baton on their forehead.
No, of a rather muscular yin just beating them.
After being punched repeatedly in the face.
Yeah, Daxon kind of lost patience with them when they started hitting back.
It's
All
like,
right.
okay, screw this.
Yeah.
Cicely, it is now your turn.
Okay. Let me think for a moment. How do I want to do this?
Thinking is dangerous.
For you, maybe. I'm an officer.
So am I!
It was a token promotion.
Uh-huh.
Ow! Rude.
That's yin tokenism. I am upset. I want to talk to HR.
It was part of the Yin inclusion program. It's not a real promotion.
Mean.
Burn.
Actually, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not actually engaged in close combat with this assailant, right?
Technically, no, you are not. They attempted to attack you. You dodged out of the way, and you haven't. Neither of you connected with each other, so you're not actually in close combat.
Okay.
Technically.
In that case, I would like to make a step backwards.
Okay.
And then shout very loudly, "We are on official business! Stand down!"
Okay.
And that would actually be it.
Okay.
Gotta wait to see how they react.
If I might,
Yes.
I would say that is a community check.
That may very well be one, yes?
Okay, so if you will give me a community exert, or I keep saying exert when it's community strength.
Stat.
Stat.
No,
Yeah, it's
community
the stat.
Yeah.
Just say
I wish they
I think the idea is that either it's a community check where we use a trait, or it's a community perceive where we use perceive.
Yep.
Either way, use the community stat protocol. The protocol thing. Go
Protocol?
ahead.
Okay, protocol.
Protocol.
Protocol. What's the difficulty?
I'm gonna give it a 2 for now. I
Okay.
just want to get a good beat on what's going on. I could
Alright.
raise it, but
Wait.
I want to see where we're at right now.
And I have a 1 in protocol.
It's what is it? It's like friggin' what's his name in Vermintide? Victor.
Yes.
I'll teach you the art of push-up. Push-up wisdom.
I have a boon in that, so let me check if there's any property I could do with that. Nothing really that makes sense. It wouldn't make much sense if I performed this task silently, so... Okay, go ahead. I rolled a 14.
Alright. You do get a response out of one of the assassins.
Well, shit, assassins.
Well, I mean, assailants, ambushers.
Yeah.
What else do you want me to call them? They attempted to kill you without announcing their presence beforehand.
Or I call them thugs.
Well, I mean, they're distinctly not dressed like that nor behaving like traditional thugs, so that didn't exactly feel right to say. Anyway, the point is, one of the enemy has responded to you saying, "We're on official business. What the hell, bitch?"
It's a paraphrase, but okay.
Hey, I could read between the lines and see the emotion there. And they have hissed, and they hiss back, essentially, "None may enter without permission, official or not."
Oh well, I guess we're just gonna have to beat the fuck out of them until we get permission.
So you have movement, you've done a bonus action, a support action. What else do you want to do?
Um, let me
So
check the range on the baton, because I think I can still try to hit them.
it has to be in close range.
Yeah, no, I can still hit them with a baton. So okay, I'm gonna use an attack action to try and thump her on the noggin.
And the warning does say enter at your own risk.
We're still on official business. We're supposed to be here.
You both have points.
Okay, let's see. That is,
Go ahead and attempt the noggin.
yeah.
The noggin bonk.
How dare this rat do this? How dare?
She took off one of my feathers.
So rude.
Second, yeah. Oh, that's probably not gonna hit, but let's try. Anything. +4 from the baton, which I'm using one-handed, obviously. And that is it, so let's see. Ow!
Oh!
Well, never
No.
mind.
Oh dear.
I will! Mr.
I'll harm you.
Hey man, chickens aren't renowned for their fighting ability. At
That's
least she's
our
looking.
hyenas apparently
you
in this
you
combat.
you have never hit a chicken often enough in Legend of Zelda, have you?
Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
I
he
said
has a
they're not
point.
renowned for their combat ability. I didn't say they weren't renowned for murder.
Fair.
They always
Also,
were
there's the only
very
one of me,
outside.
not a swarm. So
Exactly. So it's a little different situation.
Just like one feather falls, then another Cecily appears, then more, then an entire fucking swarm.
anyway, I definitely missed, and I think they're still allowed to attack back.
In this case, because their weapon actually can't reach you.
I would like to correct you. It can.
can?
Its sword has a 2-hex range, just like the baton.
Okay, I will take it then.
Ray, just to chime in, I have to leave. So,
No worries, I got you.
alright. I think you know the drill. Move, shoot, punch.
Anything
I'll
that
see you
do
guys in a
bad
week.
hurt.
Bye.
Yeah.
Later. Thanks for doing this, man.
Oh my
Have fun,
god.
PJ. Okay, let's get that roll here, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
No,
No, definitely not.
though they're making a good effort of it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that was my turn.
Okay, and now it's their turn. Does that hit you?
With the cover bonus from the baton, it actually does not.
Okay.
I'm reminded of that scene in Hot Fuzz where the main character is
Uh.
attacked by the old geezer with the sword, and he's like, they're fencing. The main character has the police Tonfa, and the old geezer has like a cavalry saber.
Yeah, not all that.
Or what was that one movie where they have a fight with it?
I mean, I probably can't actually hit them, but may I still try to hit back?
Well, fuck.
You may, yes. For that one attack that was against
wait,
you.
wait, never mind, I dropped my weapon, never mind. Oh, right, that... In that case, I have to correct myself. I probably wouldn't get the cover bonus.
Oh yeah.
That is
Yeah.
my mistake. I'm sorry. I had completely forgotten that I had fumbled. So the 17 would have hit. Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't think about it either. So we all missed that. That's okay. Now, if
We're all
unless-
figuring out combat again.
Nah, it's sword. Okay.
She has a sword.
Sword.
I like sword. That's a personal weapon.
Okay. So
Like,
it
why
should
didn't we get
six.
swords?
Alright. And then there's this. So, welcome to the unique mechanic of these guys. Okay. 10.
Jesus.
I have noted down 10.
Now, you're going to need to make a, unless I remember right, it should be endure save. Could you do that for me?
Yeah, I can try. Not good with
Okay.
those. Let me check real quick. Endure. What would the difficulty be?
This is a 2.
Just saying the difficulty scale for saves is different.
Oh, I'm sorry,
It
go
says
ahead.
simple would be 5, difficult would be 10, and extremely difficult would be 15.
Oh, okay, then yes, 5.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I... Heh.
Plus 5. 11, that is a pass. My endure is like 13 or something.
Okay. Good. So, you now are aware of this because you could feel it. The sword is envenomed. There's
Ugh.
some kind of poison on there.
Shit. If I forgot to get cleanse.
So there's some kind of nonsense gunk on there. That's a pleasant thought. Luckily, your body seems to have reacted positively and is rejecting it. However, you are now in combat with a rat. Have fun with that.
Oh man.
Okay.
Shit.
Rude. That hit.
Wait, do I get it? No, I can't.
Okay. 5. And no, I'm not making you do the endure save more than once in a turn.
Mm-hmm.
So just a clarification, the way this is working is, in a turn, you can be poisoned, but it won't gain extra properties unless you fail the endure save. But you can't be forced to take the endure save in more than one turn.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yep.
More than once a turn.
Yes.
That was exactly enough to cause a wound.
Okay, you are wounded. You may attack back,
Oh,
if you so choose.
Right.
You're unarmed, but you can still fight back.
Yeah. I mean, it's.
Kick him in the shins!
I mean, the maximum I could roll on this would be a 12. I doubt that will hit him. Dude, what's with these attacks? Good thing I can't drop my hands.
Suddenly your hands just fall off at the wrist.
Could you
Turns
give me
out
a
that
hand?
turns out that wound was a lot nastier than you thought it was.
Alright.
Okay.
Lemur's turn.
No,
oh,
that
fuck.
guy has one more attack.
Holy crap. They mean business.
Yeah, let me
Like, seriously, what the fuck?
check, but that should have hit. Yeah, that hits.
Okay, 7.
Good thing he's not rolling too great for damage. Okay.
Goodness gracious me. They mean it.
Like, why are you
Alright,
taking such the good rolls and we got shit ones?
okay. Now let's see how that fight between Guimond and the rat's going.
Good question.
Okay, I'm just doing a lot of rapid rolls real quickly because I want to move this along.
Yeah.
Guimond is winning.
Hey!
Congratulations to Guimond. He has successfully done a wound. His stick is mightier than their sword.
Bonk, bonk,
I
bonk,
will
bonk.
beat you into submission. How dare you?
Why did I take that in another direction?
Okay, Daxon,
Yes, sir.
a punch.
Nope.
Fail
Oh,
punch. Go
and
ahead
I get to
and
attack back. 13.
Okay, you missed. I'm sure you're getting really sick and tired of that.
A little bit.
Okay,
Come
that's
on, bring
it.
it on. Come on, hit me. Hit me. I dare you.
That's it. New sig is. There we go. Wah. Okay, does that hit you? I don't think so.
Hit me?
Yes.
No. That misses by 1.
That's what I thought. Okay, you may attack them back.
Okay, let's try this again.
No.
It's the same roll!
You got an 8 and a 1.
Alright, you know what? Out of pure curiosity, I'm going to... I have a boon in CQC,
Uh-huh.
so I'm going to re-roll that 1 with my last determination.
Okay.
Oh!
Well, hello!
Well, hello, Epic Strike.
Now, nice.
No.
No,
No,
it's not.
Epic Strike is damage, hun.
That's damage. This is attack. But hey, that's a surefire. You nailed it. Good job.
Oh.
Oh,
Nice.
hello.
That's some pretty decent damage, too.
That's a wound. Congratulations. You did it in a single hit.
Your cup's got some blood on it.
How dare you fight an officer of the IRPF?
Yeah,
Dare you?
he belts them across the jaw with his baton and snarls, "Stop resisting!"
Alright, now it's New Sig's turn.
Who
Oh,
was doing
well,
amazing.
shit. Okay, what was that damage that he had again? Where's his
2d4
rolls?
plus 8.
Yeah,
I don't know where he got the +8 from. What sort of weapons does he have?
I don't know either.
When I looked at his sheet, he had the...
Oh, it's the MC IRH 10R handgun. It has 4 damage plus the ranged attack bonus plus 2d4 for damage. At least that's what it is on his sheet. Let me look up
Yeah, then
the
he
thing.
shouldn't have +8. It's just 4 plus. It's just
He also has a bonus for accuracy.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that shouldn't be on damage. Yeah, the damage is 4 plus 2d4.
Alright. So
That's
2d4
different.
plus 4.
We'll have to let him know that that's incorrect later.
I mean,
Doesn't matter.
maybe there's something I'm not aware of, but
There might be that I'm just not reading properly. Gunslinger? Does that do anything to it?
no, that's
No, that
No.
literally
That's
just
dual
lets you dual
wielding.
wield.
yeah.
Yeah, no. Then I don't see any reason why he's doing that. That's okay though. I can appropriately change that. Well, okay. He means business.
That's a wound.
With everything that's been throwing at them, that's, goodness gracious me. They're getting torn apart. I'd feel bad, but, they started this.
Yeah.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's not like, it's not like Daxon is using lethal force.
Unlike Nusik, who very much is.
Yeah.
Okay, that's another hit, and, alright. Well, that's not another... While that is not another wound,
It left some serious bruising.
yeah, they're not loving life. Okay, Daxon, top of the table for you.
No, that's me.
Well, it's either one of you.
Okay.
Pick one.
Mind if I try and get my swings in real quick?
Sure.
Because I kind of want to try and finish this one off.
Because the others...
Alright, there's swing number 1, which misses. So the reaction attack pile up happens. What the hell?
Jeez. They really, really mean this. These guys are mean.
They really are.
Like, I didn't mean for them to be this, like, vicious about it, but the rolls are just making them very persistent on hurting.
Yeah. Also, that K9 girl's pretty much really is on to Daxon right there.
Who said she's a canine? You literally can't tell anything other than, hey, there's glowy eyes and a mask.
I don't know.
You just said, it's a dog. It must be a dog.
I'm just saying.
I'm giving you shit. You're good. Daxon, you may act again if you choose.
Oh my god.
Yes, I am stubborn, and I'm going to bludgeon this person to submission. Or die trying. Okay, that's a little better.
Not enough to hit, but hey.
Yeah. Still, I rolled above a 13 for once.
Hey, they missed!
Oh, thank goodness.
Oh wait, no reaction attack.
Okay, you may do another attack. Or another action of some kind. I mean, not an attack.
I can try and do my bonus action roll to attack again.
Or you could do a post-body athletics to drag them into risks.
That's true. Just, here, catch.
Really?
Well, here's the thing. If you were to force them to change position, Riss would be within attacking range.
Yay, with my... Well, I can just kick her.
Depending on how successful it is. You could potentially put it up to be a 3-way fight instead of a 2-on-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm at least gonna try and drag us back into, like these two squares. So, like, one square north of us.
Mm-hmm.
So that, oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
What is with my luck this game?
RNG's is being no to you.
That said-
Especially...
That doesn't mean you fail necessarily. Remember that.
No. No, it doesn't.
Well, okay. They're very good at hitting you, not so good as opposing you physically. So yes, you have succeeded in moving them. Where would you like to go?
I was just gonna move here
To
and
clarify,
move them here.
You can move them further if you wish. They rolled ones. You determine what happens now. As far as you can move as far as you want. As far as you're physically capable of moving, you can move them. They rolled
In
ones.
that case,
They sucked real bad.
I'll move to here, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'll move them here.
You have successfully dragged them away. They're like, no more of this shit. No more in the bushes. No! We're having a fight out in the open.
And then, yeah.
I'm dragging you out to the open. You're going to like it.
No more fighting. Jackson is done. Riss, you have been presented with a very juicy target.
Good. I'm just going to try and roundhouse kick her.
Okay, unarmed attack.
Because that's all I can do at this point.
You don't have any melee weapons?
No.
Do you have any weapons?
I only have a gun.
Oh,
Well, that's okay.
use your horns.
They're not that kind of horn.
They're not that
Alright.
kind of hard, damn it.
Go ahead and take your attack.
Oh my god. You know what? I'm gonna roll determination on the D6.
On the D2? On the 2? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, that's better. It still doesn't hit, but it's better. And you are punched in the face for your efforts. You're welcome.
Yay.
That's a 13, by the way. I accidentally GM rolled that. But yes, that is a 13 for damage on you. I'm sorry.
Oh. Yep. Is that a wound for me?
Did it meet your endure?
No.
Then no.
Okay, re-rolling again.
No. No.
Can we just like wrap up here for this moment? Because I really have to do something.
Okay, let me finish this out.
Nope. That's
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hit that.
fine.
Yeah, you're good. They miss.
Alright.
Okay, your third action, what is it?
Try and hit her again. Let's roll 2d10.
Okay, 3d10, your d10s, please.
And another attack. Last one.
Okay.
No.
You don't have any extra bonus to your evasion, so yes, that hits.
Oh yeah, that hits.
That is the downside of unarmed fighting. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so that's 13 and 9, so 22. That beats out your endure, so you have 1 wound
Yep.
from this.
Great. Anyway, that's it for my turn. I'm gonna go.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to wrap it up here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I mean, we're only gonna have 2 of the 4 players, so,
yeah,
Yeah.
fair point.
All right.
if you guys have anything for your questions and whatnot, please put them into the doc, and I'll be sending that to Sev shortly.
Cool.
Alright.
Everybody gets 10 EXPs.
Yay!
Congratulations, you have met people who are very intent on either killing you or at least making you leave. So hey, Cecily, you know that thing that you were saying? They don't really mean it. Now you know they do. They really, really do.
Like, I literally can't do anything. Except for my ranged gun.
The first group of people who have proven, no, all those rumors about all these people being jerks, no, this was actually all accurate. You just lucked out. Until now.
Yep.
Meh.
Anyway.
Meh. The chicken cares not.
Meh, I say. Meh.
Until she nearly got cut by a venomous sword.
Hey, no,
Yep.
a meh is still a meh. Unimpressed. I have seen worse at riots.
I am going to stare my attacker right in the face and say, meh!
Bah, humbug.
There you go.
Okay. Anybody get anything else to say before I stop the stream/recording?
See all viewers
Nope.
next session.
Yeah, see you all next week.
Okay, bye.
Fare thee well.
Okay, bye.